Do you think that United could have nicked it in the end? You had a few chances at the end to Bruno and Garnacho had a couple, and I'd say of the clearer cut chances. Yeah, hold on a minute. You said it was going to be 4-1, yeah?
Listen, let me say this, yeah?
Matisse.
He needs to keep quiet for a second.
It's fine.
Let him keep his mouth closed.
Can we not hear from him first?
No, we can't hear from him first. He doesn't get to come here and speak first because we heard enough of what he had to say, didn't we? Yeah? When I sat in this seat, yeah, and let him run up his mouth, yeah? How they're dining at this table now.
He said.
He's coming for blood, he's coming for goals, he's coming for a +3 goal difference and all these things. And I sat here and I said, that's not going to happen. Yeah? When he told me about Cole Palmer and we got, Lavia in midfield, we got, who else we got? We got Neto, we got lights, camera, action, no Jackson. You know what I mean? We got all these things. We have Maresca, ball, all of these things. You're a dead team. Look what Spurs did to you. Look what Liverpool done to you. You can't beat us or do anything to us with no tactics. Where's your 4-1, bro? Where's your 4-1, bro? I said to you, you are not as far away from us as you think. Ooh. I told you that. I said, you come from the slums. You come from the council estate. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. Same vibes, by the way. Yeah? We come from the same thing. Do not try to detach yourself. When me and Abby are sitting here and he's going, oh, that's not me. Oh, you lot are this. I saw 2 poor teams yesterday. Yeah? There was way more pressure on you to do what you said you was going to do. 4-1, 3-1, 3-0. All of this chat. Apart from one little idiot touch that Palmer did, where was he? We sat on this table with your world-class rubbish, with your premature world-class nonsense. I don't need to see any more. We've seen him go to Anfield, ghost. You had to put invisible on your thumbnail. We've seen him come to rubbish Old Trafford with the roof leaking, with Ineos, with no manager, with no tactics, missing. Wasn't there. You needed a worldie from Caicedo that he'll probably never score again in his life. Out of the blue.
Hold that.
Against a dead, nothing Manchester United.
Hold that.
We dragged you down to our level. You did not respect the 11 years. You haven't even been to our gaff and won. So who are you? I'm going to do a tie. Who are you? What have you done? No. You haven't come to our gaff and won recently. Can you even remember the last time you won at Old Trafford? So what gave you the audacity to think you can just stroll up there and mash us up when Ten Hag has gone? And I'm trying to explain to you, you know what, bro? You're not just going to come and walk all over us. I did the humble thing to you, bro. I said, Matisse, that's not going to happen.
The chest that was on this fella.
And you can, and I'm so glad they put it in the edit because with everything that's happened in the last 24 hours, not even 24 hours, I forgot that at the end of our preview, I said, you've said so much that even if we draw this game, and I actually called the 1-1 in the end, because I know my team. And guess what? I know your team better than you know it. Because the fact you can win a couple little games, couple little goals, and think you're dining at the top table. You know what you are, bro? You're back on tinned mackerel, yeah? Self-raising flour for dumpling, yeah? Yeah?
Mackerel.
Little ackee. Yeah?
Corned beef.
Yeah? Corned beef with cabbage. Yeah? And callaloo, bro. You're back on basics, bro. Yeah? You ain't on no caviar, lobster tail. You know what I mean? Yeah, spam. Spaghetti hoops. Yeah? Alphabet spaghetti. Remember? Potato smileys, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Turkey dinosaurs.
You think you're in a noble. Huh? You think you... Yeah?
Wimp is that?
Yo. The man think you man... Yo. Oh, what do you think y'all eat? Brother. Y'all get sardine and mackerel and them things now at the tin, brother.
Right, from Nobu to sardine and mackerel.
You know what I mean? With brine. You have to
Salt water.
Yo, you have to drain out the water before you eat that, you know, dog. The man try to come on some hoisin duck and all them things then. No, sir. Y'all eat with us.
Ration.
Yeah. You have to share it out nice, you know. About man thinking you're dining on the top floor of the shard. No, sir. And I tried to tell him, you know. Don't remember where I come from. Remember.
What you saying?
Yeah?
We need to
Remember,
hear
brother.
from you, man.
Come on, speak now, man.
That was fucking good.
We've got to move on.
Because last thing, because you lot were all standing up. Remember, clapping him after his amazing flipping speech. Remember, made you change your
Yes.
prediction.
Yeah.
You went, I was thinking that, but
I
after
did
what
change it
Matisse
back,
did-
though.
But you know what I mean, though. He was
just for context.
he was so good.
Yeah, that's all fooled.
He was so good on Thursday. Everyone was giving him a round of applause, and I sat there. I went, all right, watch, pussy, watch.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I have to say, first of all, I walked out on my own into the trenches and I got shot. That's what it is. My fan base, they told me, calm down, calma. And I said, nah, fuck it. I'm going out there. I'm going to go fight, regardless. Because I was really feeling it. It wasn't fake. I was feeling it. Because even after watching that game, I don't have more respect for United. I don't think Man United have more quality. I don't think Man United are better than I thought. But I think, damn, what the hell are we? Why didn't we come out of first gear? Not even, if we was playing in second gear. That performance was so similar to when Tottenham went there, when Liverpool went there. But the difference is they had the quality to dismantle them and play through them. Do I now think my team is worse than Tottenham after that game? Well, I hope not. But we just didn't turn up. There was no quality in our play. We're over-hitting, under-hitting final passes. Palmer's not playing well. Don't know how he ended up with 3 key passes in that game, according to stats, but he was poor. Madueke couldn't get him in the game enough, and when he was on the ball, he couldn't even get past Mazzarri once.
That Mazzarri played well, by
He
the
was
way.
brilliant. He was their
Locked up,
man of the
man.
match.
Yeah, he played
Jackson was anonymous. Martinez and De Ligt could have went to sleep. The only attacker we had that played well was Neto. When he swapped flanks, he was the first person to get past Mazzarri on that side. Caicedo scores a screamer, like you said, 1 in a million. So there's ways to draw a
He
game.
played all right.
Yeah, but there's ways to draw a game, yeah. And I'm so angry with my team because there's so much context that is just doesn't look good on us. Forget my hype, forget my arrogance, my confidence. I'm getting cooked. I'm getting cooked.
The game's the game.
I'm getting cooked, but it's fine. I don't care about that. I'm more annoyed because if you at least draw that game by creating a lot of chances and you just can't get past Onana, fair enough. If you draw that game because Manchester United were brilliant and they're playing some scintillating, tantalising football and it was just out of nowhere and Van Nistelrooy has just put together this crazy system and the tactics and all, we draw that game, cool. But we drew that game because we never even came out of first gear. We never got any control. We never created any chances. We didn't play well. The substitutes, anonymous. And we didn't bring on Nkuku. We didn't bring on Felix. For all this squad depth, for all this equality that we're meant to have, for all this money spent, we're not even bringing on 2 of our attackers that we spent money on. So I'm just pissed. And then add the context of the fact that coming into this game, we rested players against Newcastle, which I didn't want us to do because forget me, we put more pressure on ourselves by doing that, by saying we don't care about the cup. Newcastle played their strong team against us in midweek. They played their strong team against Arsenal. They beat both of us. We play our weak team, B team, against Newcastle, get slapped up, save everybody all week for Man United. Man United, by the way, their players, 8-9 of their players, no rest. Played midweek, played Sunday. No rest, Agate, Casemiro, played both games. We rest our whole damn team. Our whole 11. Sleeping, snoozing. Not even on the bench against Newcastle. Jackson, not on the bench. Caicedo, not on the bench. So people can cuss and say, why did you expect? I expect because of the context. You're not going to play against Newcastle. You're not going to be on the bench for Newcastle. You have a whole week to prepare for Manchester United and you play like that. Embarrassing. So yeah, I'm embarrassed. I've embarrassed myself, but they've embarrassed themselves same way. Same way.
Do you accept? Sorry. Do
go.
you accept that you're not as good as you thought you
Listen,
are? Can you see that now, or do you just see
do you
that
know
as a
what,
blip?
bro? I take
because that's 2 games on the bounce, and now you got Arsenal. So
Do you know what, bro? I take that game, and I don't know what's going on there. The Nigerians are telling me juju and all these things, and I'm saying I don't believe in that. They're saying it's cursed. They're saying Old Trafford's cursed. I said I don't believe in curses, brothers. They're telling me no, you must believe. You need to start understanding this is what happens. I don't believe it. Maybe in 5 years, no more wins at Old Trafford, I'll start to get on board. I don't regret having chest. I don't regret anything.
Do you not? You
I don't
should.
regret it. No, I
You should
don't.
regret
No,
that.
you could say I should, but I don't regret it because
you should regret that.
I don't think Chelsea fans are thinking, we can't make top 4. I'm still predicting us to finish 4th. We still have to finish 4th. We still have to utilise the players that we've signed. There was no Drewsbury Hall on the bench. No Chukwuemeka on the bench. The team was too fully fit. You see how you have sometimes you think, 2-3 injuries, that's normal. The team was
too
too fully fit.
So
We had too many options.
Has that ever
we
been-
had
That's what his team's done to him. He's saying my team's too fit.
We had too many. We had so many options. People couldn't even get onto the bench
NSG.
that we signed in the summer.
So wait.
and people want me to not have confidence.
So you're going back to when we were cussing, saying there's too many players,
Brothers-
and he's going, I'm just working with 24 men. Now
Bro.
you're saying it's too much.
Bro, we had players that didn't make the bench that could have easily been on the bench in that game. We had everybody available. I'm not going to downplay it. Chelsea fans just went, no, I'm not downplaying it. The only person unavailable was Sancho, and he was never available anyway. Every single player was available for that game and fully fit, and we couldn't win. And we couldn't win because we never came out of first gear. If we even played for 30 minutes to a decent level, we would have won that game.
Mars said his team's
I am
too
fuming.
I've never heard
We
that
can't
before.
Fuming.
We have to hit pause.
Yeah.
This brother just told us this team's too fit.
It's too fit, bro.
And it means that they played like that.
Too many
'Cause
options.
they're too fit.
Yeah.
They were playing like they were in quicksand.
Let's get to AGT, the fair play predictions on that. How did we do?
Let's get that up, right, so I can see it.
I can't see it.
Right, it was Matisse that went big, didn't he? Very big. He went 4-1. All right. I would hate 4-1 to be Matisse right now.
You have got to stop.
AGT. I actually backed Chelsea to win.
Yeah, it was that speech
What was
he
I
gave.
doing?
Convinced everyone.
Yeah, you
fooled us,
did. You did.
I mean-
You hoodwinked me.
What did they say the devil does?
Yeah.
Don't listen to me. Don't fall for that.
Robbie thought there was a Chelsea win.
Listen,
Abby
I
went
could put on a
2-all
show.
and Flex went 2-1. But the 1-all draw probably was the fair result in the end due to the lack of
Abby's the
quality
only
from
one.
both teams. Abby's the closest. Yeah, she's the closest. But a couple of sticking points. Was it a penalty for United?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Was it a penalty?
Yes.
Yeah?
I don't
You
care.
go with that?
Yes, he does. He just. But
care.
Was it a red card for Lissandro Martinez?
100%
Yes.
a red card.
I've got to say on this fella, right? He gives it the big one that he's the butcher and he's the hard man. He's short. Doesn't matter. He makes up for his lack of height, physicality. At this stage, what we're watching is just a bad defender.